Hi, welcome to our reading for December 1st through the 10th, 2016. Remember, it's a general reading, so see what feels right for you. See which sign symbols, bells, whistles, messages, energies resonate for you and bring you clarity to what you're wondering, concerned, confused, inquiring, dreaming, and praying about. We're all children of God. We're all psychic. We're not all going through the same thing at the same time, at the same pace. So see what feels right for you. It could be one sign, and that brings you clarity. It could be the whole reading. It could make sense later. In the end, always use your logic and intuition together to make sound decisions based in love for the highest and greatest good of everybody. So we're all uplifted in love. See how it feels for you. How you ride these energetic waves that come through here is always up to you. Is it your wave? Is it not your wave? Are you waiting for another wave, preparing for that wave, crashing into the wave, riding the wave, or ignoring the wave? Also, feel free to make this an interactive video if you want to pull some cards for yourself. And if you have some time, try to check out the musical links below. See if there's some personal messages in the lyrics, the music for you. Enjoy the tunes. I hope you enjoy the reading. Thank you so much for joining me. I'll see you in a moment. Hi Sagittarius, welcome to our reading for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising for December 1st through the 10th, 2016. We're starting with the magical messages from the fairies, oracle cards. Let's see what God, Source, Holy Spirit, our higher self, angels, and energies of love have for the highest, greatest good of all. Let's get clarity, focus, and understanding into the energies going on for Sagittarius at the beginning of December. Birthday. Sagittarius! Yay! This came up because I totally forgot to say happy birthday again. Happy birthday, Sagittarius. So very appropriate that the birthday card came up to remind my forgetful ass to say happy birthday to you guys. It's even my dad's birthday for Sagittarius. I should know better. So perhaps have some forgiveness if somebody totally forgets that it's your birthday. It is around the holidays, and you know, sometimes we get overwhelmed with holiday parties and gifts and birthdays, and I know Sagittarius sort of has their birthday in between that weird time, and somehow, like, I feel like when you're kids, you kind of feel like sometimes you get gypped a little bit, but you don't because you're blessed with the beautiful holiday season. So maybe it's about having some children who are, you know, Sagittariuses and making their birthday special so it's separate from the holiday, you know, planning a party, having something unique go on so they don't feel left out. I hear even preparing early, like in the future, so you have something ready so you yourself don't feel so overwhelmed with maybe gifts and stuff. If this comes up every year, maybe do something a little bit earlier or get the gift early, something like that in the future so you have it ready and it's not so hard on you come holiday season. But that's not everybody. This could be you, Sagittarius, thinking about your birthday. So it could be somebody else as well. I just heard surprise. So maybe there's a surprise you didn't expect coming through, or you don't like surprises and you're just gonna make it happen, like plan your own get-together. I feel like some of you don't want to be bothered. Like, you're into the birthday, you want to have a good birthday, but you don't really care. So maybe you could mention your birthday to somebody, and like, I see a dinner, like going out to dinner, or maybe you just want the night off, you want no pressure, and that's your party, that's your present. Or maybe you feel like you need to get out, and this is a good opportunity to call, you know, some old friends, go out with your honey, maybe think about that thing that you've been wanting to do for a while for you. for you, like a class. Yeah, I see you like taking a class, or maybe a get together, like somebody you've been meaning to hang out with. It gives you an excuse to like have this come through. It's a connection somehow. It's a connection within you, your own creativity, something you want to pursue. Like you're giving yourself a birthday present, maybe. Maybe it's like vacation, some time off to do something for you. I feel like it has to do with something you're into. Like I just saw fly fishing, or like something outdoors, like a canoe. I'm seeing water. Maybe something in nature, something you're exploring. I hear gadgets. Maybe you're using new gadgets outside. That just made me think of the metal detector. So maybe there's like a treasure. There's something you're going to find. You're going to stumble into a beautiful, happy birthday experience you didn't expect, whether that's hanging out by yourself in nature and relaxing, or in a like a party kind of environment, a dinner, even like, I don't know, I see a children's party again. So maybe you're, maybe it's just family and your kids are getting you some like interesting, awesome gifts. I feel like it's something you mentioned and you forgot about, and somebody remembered, and you're surprised by them, like being conscious of you saying that. Like it's touching. I see something touching coming through for you, Sagittarius. I just got chills with that. A significant birthday holds the answer to your question. So maybe you're waiting for something to come through. Maybe this is that brand new beginning for you, you know, your own personal new year. You're ending something. You're looking at your past year, how far you've come, you know, how far you've grown and what you've learned, and how strong, I hear strong, how strong you are now to move forward, to do something that you were either hesitant, fearful, it didn't work out before, and now it's going to, and I hear clear to go. The way is clear, you're ready to go, the slate is clean, you're moving up somehow. I hear noises, like it makes me think of New Year's a little bit, so maybe this is a new year, something special coming through this year that's a totally different energy from that ending energy of what we just went through. So maybe it's a big blessing, a big new year, you know, perhaps an ending, but I feel like there's a surprise, something you don't expect coming through. There's also clovers in the background. So luck, extra luck coming through for Sagittarius. Let's go to the Steampunk Tarot and get clarity on birthdays for Sagittarius. Happy birthday, guys. All right, let's see. Well, some of you have a Sagittarius moon or rising, and you're thinking about somebody else who possibly has a birthday coming up. So it's different for everybody. But let's get more clarity for Sagittarius. Temperance. So have patience, Sagittarius. Don't rush. You know, don't, I see like a kid ripping open their presents. And then I just thought of the way my sister opens presents, and she takes like an hour to open one. Every little corner is taken, you know, taken off perfectly. She studies it. She looks at each gift. She gives it undivided, individual attention, you know? So I feel maybe there's a way to receive, maybe have patience with how you receive. Maybe it was something that was really hard. This is usually the profession, like in this particular deck, it's like the professional that makes it look easy. Like it's something really hard, but you make it look easy. So this could be something that somebody else, you know, was working on for you, and it looks like it was something easy to give you, like it wasn't really much, but maybe there was a lot of research, you know, a lot of heart, a lot of, you know, energy put into that gift or that thing with you. So have patience with it coming through. Perhaps there's, you know, stuff going on behind the scenes in order for this divine timing to come through. This is the Goldilocks card. So not too fast, not too slow, just right. You know, put your foot in the water and test it out little by little, you know, a little of this, a little of that. Having patience. I feel like you're always protected when temperance comes up. I feel like it's divine timing, divine protection, easing you into something just right, you know, just the right way for you. So it's not a shock and it's not too boring. So perhaps this is you having to have extra patience with something, or you're just learning how to get something going like a professional, like it's effortless. Perhaps it was a rough start. I see somebody like trying to turn on a lawnmower and like, you know, turning, you know, having the wrong angle on the string and then just hitting it right and it turns on like that. So perhaps it's just getting the right angle to your situation for it to run smoothly, you know, for that solution to come through, for everything to have its, you know, if something's out of balance or something that has to be just adjusted a little bit, it's not a lot, so it runs smoothly. This is also telling you not to push. Don't be pushy, you know, allow things to come through, open your arms, but have diligence, you know. I want to say do something little by little by little by little by little by little. There's also a light above your head. So there's clarity about something. There's a higher connection with your higher self. It does look like the sky is cloudy. So the idea, the light is coming from inside of you, your connection to spirit. It's not found outside of you. So it's something you actually feel. If you get a sign or a symbol, I would say you actually physically feel it, like as a tingle on your arm or a turn in your gut or something that kind of makes you almost like hot, cold, you know, not that way, you know, a little too hot, go back the other way. So I feel like you're getting signals on which way to go, which way to move. I just saw somebody like coming into a birthday party or something like that at just the right time. Or like somebody not knowing about something and coming in at the wrong time. So perhaps if you find yourself, I hear traffic jam or something like that, or there's a delay that goes on, don't like rush to get somewhere, because maybe it's better that you were late and you walk in at the right time. So maybe there's some divine timing going on that in the moment doesn't feel like it, but you find out later you came through just right. You know, had you have been a little bit earlier, you would have, you know, been too early for that event, or that thing had to happen first and then you arrive and then it's the right time. So let's go to the romance angels and get clarity for Sagittarius on timing, patience, romance, matters of the heart, communication, and love. Temperance is also number 14. So that brings you change. It brings you to a 5. So it's being adaptable to changes. And that's release your ex. This is good to come through, you know, before your birthday. This could be just ex attachments, ex things that you're still holding on to that you don't need to anymore. You're strong enough now to move forward on your own. Have patience with yourself, you know, your own timing. in this situation, your own, you know, don't be hard on yourself. But if this is something lingering and it's just a hindrance and it's just no good and it just ain't gonna happen, there's something waiting for you. There's a surprise for you. But you have to let something go to have it. You know, I just saw somebody like going shopping and getting something new, but getting rid of 5 things in their house first so that new thing can come in. So the time has come to clear your energy. It's your energy. It's, you know, out with the old, in with the new. So this could be an ex. This could be too much time focused on past issues that didn't work. And it's time to focus on solutions, progressions, strengths, you know, where you want to go, what you learned from that situation that now, since you've had the experience, you can not have that in your future if it's not what you wanted. Or if there are things about that relationship from the past that you loved, that you remember, you know, things that like brought you together and you bonded over, maybe you're going to find those attributes in somebody else, but different. So don't put any attachments on what's coming in. Just learn from the attachments you had from the past. So they're not attached anymore. So you're cutting those strings and you're being free, you know, to slowly make your way towards something that is better, brighter, bigger, and, you know, meant for you in the new year. It's not the old, it's the new. And that's where the focus needs to be. So let's go to the Power Archangel Tarot and get clarity for Sagittarius. Whatever's coming in now, or whatever's coming in soon, you know, I feel like it's not going to feel like it did before. And you're hanging on to feelings somehow from before that you felt were awesome or you felt were special, and you're going to have something new coming in that's unlike anything before. So you need to open the door and shut the door on something else. And, you know, this takes strength to do. I see somebody like actually finally, like there's somebody that's been hanging on to something from an ex, something that actually doesn't even belong to you and it's doing you no good to have around, and you need to just literally clear it out so that when you have somebody new come in, they don't even see it there. That's specific for somebody, but it's probably so you don't see it anymore because you're holding on to something that's not good for you. It's meant to be released. There's meant to be freedom somewhere, so freedom can be felt by you somewhere else. So that was specific for somebody. Maybe some of you have stuff, you know, from the past and you're hanging on to old love letters or, I don't know, something like that. And you need to just put it in a box, put it away, write a song, you know, use it towards something that's a positive energy, like an artistic expression rather than weighing you down. So it can be released and maybe heal somebody else. Maybe it's just healing for you. Even like, I don't know, putting something on paper and then going outside and like burning it up or releasing it somehow or washing it down the drain. So you feel that release. Let's get a card for Sagittarius. And that's your leap of faith, Sagittarius. It's time to take a leap of faith and do something new. Not the same old, something different, something special, something unique. It takes balls. It takes, you know, you getting out. It takes you going out of the door and finding something new for you that feels better, that feels right, that feels like it was meant to be found by you. Maybe somebody's going to find you on this trip, this leap of faith, this journey. this mission you have. I feel like it's a mission, something you've been wanting to do, and you just had to release that so you could go. You know, maybe it starts on your own for you. You know, patience. Smell the roses. Have the experience. Feel each step along the way. You have a companion and your angel and the sunshine just beaming on you. I feel like this is the sexiest fool out of all the cards or all the different decks. He has his sexy pants on, his man purse, his hair, you know, he's just feeling it, living it, rocking it, working it. You know, you're on your way. There's a sex appeal here. You know, being yourself, doing something new, doing something unique, fresh. Believe in yourself, listen to your heart, and do what gives you joy, little by little, you know, towards that joyful expression, that release in energy that brings abundance around you. With the 0, you're protected. It's Archangel Metatron, and it's the 0. So you have protection. You know, you have balance. You have beginner's luck. But it takes, you know, stepping through, having faith, believing in yourself, working towards the do. All right, let's pull one more card for Sagittarius to sum up this reading. Sagittarius, it just takes you moving, taking a leap. This is your new start. Apologize, Sagittarius. My phone chopped off in the end of your reading, and I don't want to redo your reading. So let's continue, and I'm going to tack this on at the end here. Let's see what else we have for 14 Temperance. This beautiful leap of faith. It just takes you walking out the door, you know, and step by step discovering something new for you. So let's go to the Oracle of Visions by Sierra Mochetti and sum up this beautiful reading for Sagittarius. You know, I feel like there's just something here that you just have to let go of that's just sort of clinging on. And once you release, allow freedom in yourself and start moving forward, it's all gonna come together smoothly. You know, it's like it was all preparation for something magical and beautiful and big coming through. It's like a new start. So it could be a new job. It could be a new relationship. It could be just you getting to live on your own, you know, getting rid of roommates and seeing what it's like to be on your own. It could be, you know, an ex-flame or something like that that just sort of kept coming back in the picture, and it was a recirculating energy that sort of like did not make things run smoothly. And now you're just moving on from that. Maybe there's something beautiful even coming into the world of that other person, you know, to bring them their own leap of faith as well. So maybe it's not that hard to let this go, or it just takes taking a step for that relief to be found. All right, so let's sum up this reading for Sagittarius for the beginning of December. And that's 26. There's books, a lock, a key, a mirror, the kind of mirror where you can see around the corner. You can see something coming. You have like a tree growing out of your head, you know, like a peach tree, or there's blossoms and bees and seasons. It makes me think of the tree of life, or like your family tree. Honey from the bee. You're holding an open doorway. It's in your hand, you know, ready to go. You're also holding this mirror so you can see what's coming around the corner. Her mask looks like Cancer to me. So it makes me think of like a sensitive, watery energy. Your emotions. There's pearls all along her dress. So there's something special, you know, about finding a pearl, cultivating a pearl. They're really special. So she has a lot of pearls. That's a lot of wisdom, nuggets of wisdom. I see one book, you know, with the pages written, and one is open. One is ready to, you know, have your story unfold in it. So this is a cool card. 26. So that's an 8. It puts you back into power by allowing release somewhere where you don't need to have control, where it's not meant for you, so you can get back your own control. You know, it's almost like if you were focused on what wasn't working, you're giving that more power rather than focusing on yourself. So let's go. Where's the book? Let's go to 26. Past and future. That's so cool. You got such a cool reading, Sagittarius. It like comes all together. I'm sorry it was choppy, but it was still pretty awesome. I hope you enjoyed this reading. I hope you're having a beautiful birthday month, even if it's not your birthday. Sagittarius moon, Sagittarius rising. It's all about new starts here. It's a beautiful new year, you know, for you. You just have to turn the page. It's tough knowing what has happened in the past and how close we've been. But you can't dwell on the past. This is the time to rewrite a new chapter for the future. I just got chills. Hopefully we can put ourselves in a position where we'll all be happy. This is a happy ending for everybody. Even what you're leaving behind, if it's a person, a job, a situation, a relationship, there's something good coming through there too. You know, to bring that person, if it's like a job, a work environment, there's somebody else coming in where I don't want to say you're not going to be missed, but they're going to be okay. And there's something way better for you. So don't worry so much about, you know, what's going on there. Everything's going to be okay here. We are often encouraged to live in the moment, enjoy the present, and not to dwell too much on either the past or the future. Yet, in a sense, the present is the least consequential of the three concepts. It's merely an abstract state that we inhabit, but for an instant. In this frozen moment, the woman balances symbols of the enduring concepts of time that proceed and follow on from it. On one side is the past, which is now locked and cannot be changed, symbolized by a book on its last page and fully written. But there is also a mirror, as the past still provides value as a reference for reflection and for appraisal and lessons learned. Like, I see a check mark, like, lesson learned, not gonna do that again. I got it. So that's good. That's good that you went through something that's boosting you forward. You know, it was a growth spurt for you, you know, like within your soul, Sagittarius. On the other side of her, there's a key that will open doors to new opportunities and a blank book ready to be written by you. I love you guys so much. I hope this was helpful. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I'll see you soon. Bye.